Welcome to Forehand Disc Golf. We're just going to do some quick commentary on a round we played at Live Oak Hillside. Hole number 1, decided to reach for my Lucid Moonshine Maverick. Turned it over nicely, put myself in an easy spot up at the top of the hill to then reach for the Bjorg. Just let it do Berg things and get up next to the basket for a quick little 3 to start off the round. I'm always happy with that. It's 372 feet, but it might as well be a lot more. Hole number 2, reach for the Berg again. Just toss it right up there. Let it do Berg things again and not glide. And up just short of the basket. Hit one of these rocks pretty good. Set myself up for a little tiny putt to start off the round 2 for 2. Look at them just making putts. Hole number 3, probably the easiest hole in the course, and I pull it. I twisted my wrist. I did everything wrong. And no disc is going to save you when you do stuff like that. So I ended up going past the basket, leaving myself with this slightly uphill putt to try and save the birdie. I do make it, but I made it way too hard on myself. Hole number 4 eats my lunch every time. So this time I decided to go with a Royal Grand Grace. Still has a lot of stability to it. Just didn't put enough angle. That's what I'm telling them. Just didn't put enough wrist on it. This was, that's a classic blend judge. And I threw that 30 feet into the side of a hill. It was a really good shot. If the hill wasn't there, great shot, but it is. And then I follow it up with, in my head was a run, but it never had a chance. So 2 really good shots in a row. So I followed up with a third really bad shot. I wanted to throw it low underneath the tree line, and I lifted straight into it. So I was like, you know what? I'm on a roll right now. Let's just throw a horrible sake bomb, fusion, orbit, felon straight into a tree, let it drop down, and then throw, again, 5 in a row. Great shots. That was the Berg. Tried to throw it right at the basket. I missed, as you can see. And then I followed it up with maybe the greatest putting exhibition you've ever seen. So hole number 6, I'm like, here we go. I got this. I throw that sake bomb, fusion, orbit, felon straight into first available. Leak off to the right. And then I'm like, let's go with the Berg. And then I save myself from complete embarrassment and unraveling. And then I just got to make this putt. Had to make sure I took the time after throwing 6 unbelievable shots in a row. Hole number 7, short little forehand with a Lucid Suspect. Literally was talking to these guys about how don't lean back on your forehand, lean forward so it doesn't lift. And then I lean back, and that's the result. So I really showed them what not to do, and then was able to hit this putt, which is great. I'm smiling because I had camera proof that I made it after what was a complete destruction of my game. Hole number 8, went with my beat in, Lucid Felon. It's really beat in, so I thought I would give it a nice little soft flex, and it just never came back. I liked that tree too much. And then I missed this putt greatly. We were all kind of dealing with some interesting decisions, some missed putts. But I was able to clean up the par and show that I can make a 5-foot putt twice. Got my Lucid Suspect, and I'm just like, let's throw this into the woods and see what happens. Thumbs down is right. I messed that up. Now I have this weird straddle putt to get out of the woods. I have a lot of experience with these, so I should be pretty good at them. So, going in with that confidence, I line this up, and I do what I do best, which is miss. But I was able to clean up the par, so don't worry about that. Hole number 10, Royal Grand Grace. Just wanted to throw it low and on that same flex line, but instead I threw it high into a tree, leaving me with this crazy shot. That is a Lucid Chameleon Glimmery sake bomb Raider. Threw it over the basket and behind it, but it does give me a chance at a 3. So that yellow Raider has been in my bag since I started playing again here several months ago, but I got to make this putt. This hole, I've gotten 8s on this hole before. I need this real bad, and I got it. So you know, you win some, you lose some, and on that one I won some. Super short hole, but it's way downhill. I throw out the berg, and I let it do what bergs do, which is not glide and just sit down. Because you can see off to the right, it's just it's a real gnarly cliff off to the side. So got to make this putt though, and I do, to save the bird. And then I show them how good of a putter I am by missing completely with the berg. Here's that sake bomb, fell in, and I threw it 120 feet, as you do, and set myself up with this fairly awful putt where I look at it and I'm just like, just throw it low, just throw it low. Nope, throw it high, right into a tree, and then get lucky on the roll. That's how you play disc golf, right there. So just roll that through, save the par, look at the discs, and move on. This is my beat up Grand Royal Arrive. I skied it. Again, you're hearing in my voice the complete level of deflation that I have towards my form. But I wanted to include this clip though right here. This is my buddy Brendan, and he put a smacking into this thing, into this headwind, and it literally just went forever, 5 inches off the ground the whole time. So I line up my second shot with Elusive Suspect. It fought the wind the whole time going up there, but still pretty short, and that's not ideal. I put myself off to the right by a lot, so need to work on that. So here we are with a long putt, trying to save the 3. You can kind of see in the shirt the wind. So here I'm telling myself, you got to spin it, you got to spin it, just spin it, and then I spun it. And those chains saved me on that one. I definitely missed by a lot more to the left than I thought. Same headwind I was talking about in the last hole was really apparent here. And so I was like, oh, you got to throw low. So, a little bit higher, buddy. So same thing on this putt. I'm like, don't lift it, just keep it low. I can even see as I'm watching this, my wrist angle is saying, it's going high, bud. And yep, that's exactly what it did. All right, so something I got to work on. And then I kept saying, I can't miss this. I did. And then I did again to prove, to show them if you missed it. Hole number 15, can't stand this hole. I really like for it to get flooded out and we don't have to play it. Went for my Lucid Moonshine Maverick, turned it over too much. And so I was like, oh, let me try that again. And I did the exact same thing. It threw it out on a hyzer on both times, and it just kind of stuck. So I'm reaching out right now with my medium blend, classic blend Judge. Threw it a hole, 40 feet, which sets me up with this putt, which is uphill. And I'm just thinking, you got to make it. And then doink, I do make the comeback. And then I show myself, oh, that's what you should have done, genius. Showing that I need to work on my wrist angle, throw it low. I threw it low, but didn't put a lot of power into it. Slightly uphill, hit a rock. Didn't go very far, but that is my Fusion Raider. It's got some beef to it. So I've got that Lucid Moonshine Maverick in my hand. And this time I don't turn it over. No. I try to throw it full power, standstill on extreme hyzer. And strangely enough, it doesn't just flip over because I don't have 800-foot power. So I throw myself onto the top of this hill, couldn't film it correctly, but I'm throwing down at this basket, which I've highlighted there, and threw right at it, but the berg kind of just dropped down to the right, leaving me with this putt to try and save a 4. But again, I'm looking at the wrist angle. I'm seeing that the putts that I make, I've got my thumb pressing down, so I got to pay attention. Hole 17, that is a Lucid Suspect. It was just a lazy shot. You can barely see it there, but there's some weeds off to my side, and I'd scared myself because as I stepped towards it, there were things moving in it, and so I was freaked out. So saved the par. Hole 18, here's that Lucid Moonshine Maverick again. If I would have put just a little bit more on it, I would have been in a really good spot, but instead I put myself in a horrible spot, and I just kind of have to do this really awkward to look at type of shot with the Sake Bomb Felon. So I just kind of whoop. And sometimes you just got to throw things like 100 feet to set yourself up for nothing. So here I'm just grabbing my Makana and just awkwardly flailing like a child at the basket, and then the disc went there. So here, just trying to put that in, save the par on hole 18. This is a cool course because they do have a hole 19, which is really short. I want to ace it, so I'm reaching for my berg, and it was a really fun round. Just gonna throw straight at it, and there for a second, thought I had it. Scared the bird right off the basket by hitting the pole right underneath the cage, and then Brendan goes and he just hits a putt. I thought he was gonna miss me on the fist bump, but he didn't. He's always got it. Then I make the putt for a 2. But thank you for watching. Leave your comments down below if you saw anything you think I need to work on, or if you have any questions. I really appreciate you taking the time. And until next time, as my daughter says, just keep disc golfing, and we'll see you on the next Forehand disc golf video.